bit of luck as well.
Jetzt sind wir bereit. 3, 2, 1.
And here you can clearly see what I was talking about earlier. The first ring being higher and easier to get at than the last one. Anyway, while the Frankenthal horseman is posting his rings, I can catch up with what I started earlier on, telling you about the towns. Now, I'd finished telling you about Leyenberg, I think, so now it's the turn of Frankenthal. Frankenthal is situated right in the heart of the Rhine-Neckar region of Germany. That's to say, the region bounded by these two rivers. It's close to Worms and the fine old university town of Heidelberg. Frankenthal itself is pretty old. In fact, it can trace its history back to 1119, when a monastery was founded here. Also, way back, in the second half of the 18th century, to be precise, Frankenthal was famous throughout Europe for its fine porcelain. And that's all there is to it. Unless you want me to give you a few architectural details, like the size of the town hall and... What I'm going to do now is settle back and watch how our Frankenthal horseman is getting on. Well, that's the first one he's missed, but he's not moving very fast, and he doesn't have a chance of beating the time set up by the 16-year-old rider from Leyenberg. One minute 56 seconds was the Leyenberg time, so the result is quite clear. And don't forget, Leyenberg had their joker staked on this. Well, the horse seems to be all contrary. It obviously thinks that enough is enough. No, there must be some remark I can make, like the one about taking a horse to water. But I just can't think of one at the moment. You're welcome, though, to make any suggestions. He didn't make it, and the time is up. So that was another clear result. No doubt about it. The points for this event go to Leyenberg, and they get 4 points instead of 2 because they had their joker stake on it. So, from being behind, they've now gone in front and are leading by 9 points to 7. Yes, it's nice to get official confirmation. It's just like I said it was. Well, now you can see. The contestants have to spear the blocks hanging in the hoops. The meat they're using for this particular shashlik must be pretty tough. But it's really good fun, though. And the crowds who've packed into the stadium here in Leyenberg are certainly enjoying it. And when they've done this, they have to make their way through yet one more hoop. And then, back at the finishing line, there's yet another hoop to be dealt with. Well, Leyenberg have finished preparing their shashlik, and now they're making their way back as fast as they can. Now, what's the matter, Erhard? You're looking a bit lost, old boy.
Somit gewinnt Leonberg diese beiden Punkte.
Another 2 points go to Leyenberg, and that increases their lead. The score is now 11 for Leyenberg and 7 for Frankenthal. Now, these things here are meant to be salami sausages, so we're sticking to food for the 9th event.
Achtung. 3, 2, 1, los!
And hold on tight for the sausage race. There are 2 sausages per team. The first sausage in each team has to make its way down the course and then back again, and the moment it crosses the start and finish line, the second sausage can set out. And that's all I need to tell you, I think. So why don't you just settle down comfortably and watch this saucy lot getting on with it. By the way, what the judge is pointing out to the Leyenberg team is that they have to be sitting tight on their sausages. In other words, they're not allowed to bounce up and down over them. Well, that's one sausage home, and now the next one can begin. Well, what a sight this is. 4 grown-up men bouncing along on a super-sized salami. Incidentally, salami fits in with our theme because it's a Hungarian speciality. And eaten in very thin slices, it's a delicious one, too. And this is a straightforward race. The first sausage home is the winner. I bet that after this, none of these men will ever want to look a salami in the face again. Frankenthal are going to win. And they have in a time of 2 minutes and 16 seconds. And poor old Leyenberg is still salamying along there. But at last they make it as well. And here's the result. Frankenthal finished in 2 minutes and 16 seconds and Leyenberg took 10 seconds longer.
Achtung, 3, 2, 1, und los geht's.
Roll out the covered wagons. And now you can see what the driving force here is. It's not horsepower, but manpower. Or rather, it's provided by a creature whose front legs are those of a horse and back legs those of a man. All the rings have to be collected on the pole, or whatever you want to call it, sticking out from in front of the horse. If any of them are dropped, another member of the team is allowed to pick them up, but they have to be put back where they were and collected the second time round. Once all the rings have been collected, the covered wagons have to make their way back along the course. And the winner is the first wagon home. Leyenberg have collected all the rings so they can start making their way back. Ah, but Frankenthal were very unlucky there. Did you see that? They knocked over the final ring. Now, even the journey back isn't exactly easy because the driver only has a very narrow slit through which he can see. And that's it. Leonberg made it first. They just beat Frankenthal across the line by a few centimetres. So Leonberg get 2 points, and that gives them a winning lead at long last. 13 points to 9. With just one event to go, Frankenthal can't win anymore.
Dadurch Spielstand 13:9 für Leonberg.